your home is in chaos, is that spilling over to your workspace? Is that spilling over into how you handle your relationships? Is there chaos creep? Hi, I'm Rachel. This is the I'm Bringing Healthy Back podcast. Here I talk about bringing a healthy mindset and perspective back to your life, especially when it comes to food, your relationship with food, and the relationship you have with your body image. Today, I'm talking about having a healthy space to live in. I personally believe that having a tidy space gives you freedom. It makes you more productive. It can make you feel more motivated, and it may lead you to be more disciplined. Growing up, I was not tidy. I was always taught to put things back in their place, but I had too many things and I didn't have enough space. And I had a hard time letting go of things, even when I was really young, and even for things that didn't have a sentimental value to me. I remember there's this one water bottle that we had 2 or 3 of the same water bottle. And it had a bunch of ice in it. Like you put water in a water bottle, a plastic water bottle, you pop it in the freezer, and then you fill the rest with water once it's frozen. And I had dropped it when I was walking with it and it cracked. And I just remembered being so emotionally upset about it. And I don't know why. But I don't know at this point, but there was just something in me that didn't like to let things go. And the interesting thing was when I was in school, my desk and my locker were always neat and tidy and organized. And I think that's because I just had just what I needed. And I had the space to organize them. As I got older, I still had a hard time getting rid of things. I had that question of, well, what if I need it? And then there was also part of me that felt wasteful. And I grew up in a household that kept a lot of things. And I think that's just from my parents. And the thing is, like, if you ever needed something, like if something was broken or you needed to jerry-rig something, like my parents always had something. But that just meant we had a store of things lying around. And I think there can be value in holding on to certain things. And it's a little more of a frugal practice so that you don't have to go out and buy that thing every single time. You don't have to make a run out to get something when you just have something in the garage or in the basement that you can use. But regardless of my untidiness at home and my reluctance to let things go, I do have a desire to be tidy. And so why is that? Well, I like having clean floors. I don't like having things on the floor. It gives me the freedom to move around. I prefer to have clear, flat surfaces because it gives me space to work whenever I need it. And that's something I'm working on. I'm not quite great at keeping clear spaces right now. There's less visual noise. There's less stimulation, especially if you have sounds going on and all the things. It's just one less thing to be overwhelmed by. And then it is more aesthetically pleasing. So having a clean space, what does that lead to? It saves you time because you don't have to clear something off before you can work there. You will actually like being there. You will enjoy that space and you'll take pride in your space. And I know it's so easy for spaces to get cluttered. You have to set something down. You have paper clutter. You have mail. You don't know what to do with it. You have to set it down so you can go through it later. You're busy doing something else. And new items. I know when you move into a space, maybe a bigger space, you feel the need to fill those spaces. You feel the need maybe to fill the shelves, put something there, decorate this, do that. But something that I've noticed is when I have a clean space, it encourages me to keep it clean. Whereas when I have a messy space, I'm more likely to be irritated and I'm discouraged to clean. And for me, when I'm discouraged in one area, there's a susceptibility for that discouragement spilling over into other areas. I don't desire to cook so much when my counters are messy because then I have to take the time to put the things away, then I have to clean the space, and then I can finally get to cooking. I don't necessarily want to rest, or I feel guilty for resting when there's chaos around me. And if I start to let go of maintaining a space, it leads me to get a little laissez-faire and let other areas of my life go as well. So, what is the answer? All of that. Let's come back to the point about this. Being tidy and organized and disciplined in one area of your life tends to spill over into the other areas of your life. So if your home is in chaos, is that spilling over to your workspace? Is that spilling over into how you handle your relationships? Is there chaos creep? If we want to keep a tidy space and start organizing all the different areas of our life, what do we need to do? I think we have too many things. We have too much stuff. We live in such a consumeristic society and time where we have disposable income that we can spend on non-necessities, and we do. You can buy things cheaply, relatively cheaply, and so you have knickknacks here, you have lots of extra clothes, you have all the extra maybe kitchenware, you have extra decorations. Get rid of what you don't use. If you haven't used it in a while, you probably don't need it. And now I have some, let's talk about clothing. I have some clothing items that I haven't worn in a long time, but I haven't had the occasion in a long time to wear them. Like some of these, I have some dresses that I would wear to a wedding, but I haven't had a wedding in a long time. But if I have another wedding, I may want to wear those dresses. And so I'm not going to give those up. But if there's just like everyday items that you just don't use, whether it be, I think, in your kitchen, decorations that you don't put up, clothing that you look over every time you're in your drawer, might be time to get rid of them. And you don't have to throw things out. You can see if a friend wants them. You can maybe, depending on what it is and who was the recipient, you may be able to give it to a friend. I was going to say gift it. Gift it to a friend who may want it, donate it if it's in good condition and it's something that you would thrift if you needed it. Tidy a little bit every day. It can be really overwhelming when you get to the weekend and you're like, I have to clean the entire house. I haven't touched anything all week. Tidying as you go and the tasks you need to do take up less time than you think they do. And I am still learning this. Like doing those handful of dishes that don't go in the dishwasher every night, 10 minutes. Emptying the dishwasher, 10 minutes. Turning over the laundry, starting a load of laundry, changing your sheets, clearing off the dining room table, whatever the case may be. If you take 10 minutes in the morning here, 10 minutes in the evening there, an extra 10 minutes right before you go to bed, 10 minutes right when you get home. Even if it's a few minutes, you walk past a countertop, you're like, oh, I can put that in the pantry. You walk past the couch, oh, I can fold up that blanket and put it in its blanket basket or whatever. Those little things add up, and then you feel so much less overwhelmed when you get to the cleaning time, and it takes less mental energy out of you to try and excite yourself to do all the things that you haven't done all week, and create more than you consume. So for me, having clear spaces, tidying throughout the week, all of this, finding order in all the different areas of your life, it gives me more mental space, more clarity to focus on creating content for you guys. It gives me more energy to want to film recipes for my other YouTube channel. It gives me peace when I do decide to rest. Still learning that I can rest, it's allowed, and making time for it. But I am a follower of Jesus, and I did my daily devotional today, and it was talking about the book of Job. And if you're not familiar, in the book of Job loses just about everything. He loses his children, he loses his livelihood, he loses his mode of transportation, his camels, his livestock, his kids, and all in one day. And just imagine losing just about everything. How in despair you could be. And the point of it was, for me, as a follower of Christ, making sure that the thing I'm most attached to is God. And so it's so easy for us to get attached to things and people. But relevant to today's podcast episode, we get so easily attached to things. This world is passing away. You cannot take any of it with you when you go. We don't need new things all the time. And what value is it bringing? It's all temporary. You get something new, it's exciting for a little while, and then you're like, on to the next thing. And so let us not get attached to things, but we were made to be creative beings. So what can we create? Can we foster healthier relationships? Can we be more present with our kids, our friends, our spouses? Can we start that business you wanted to, start that podcast you wanted to? All of this creativity, for me, having an organized and clean space just gives me more bandwidth to pursue my goals and my dreams and everything that I can't really think about when my visual world is in chaos, and that it's something that I can't control. So my final thought is, there's nothing wrong with things, but clearing your spaces may just clear your time and your mind to give you the ability to prioritize the things that are most important in life. Being tidy gives you freedom. If you guys found this podcast episode encouraging, useful, let me know down in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube or follow on podcast, wherever you're listening. I will see you guys in the next video, and thank you so much for being here today.